American Battery Metals, Global Battery Metals, and SunHydrogen Systems stocks update. So we'll begin with American Battery Metals. It closed the session of the 24th of March 2021 at $1.509. I believe in the pre-market session now it is up to $1.54, and we have a position in American Battery Metals. So moving down, we can see that it has a market cap of $795.9 million, 524.456 million shares outstanding. We don't have any figures on the short interest at the moment. So moving down, there don't seem to be any fresh news at the moment apart from this disclosure it filed on the 16th of March 2021. We can see the MACD histogram is below 0 at the moment, and the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is also the oversold territory. So it's definitely waning. MACD is also below the signal line. It says it appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares remain 7.1% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. So it's lagging the S&P 500. So one thing to note here is that it has corrected a lot of late, so it's no longer looking like a volatile stock. Well, even though that is not a lot, it doesn't mean so much, but normally volatile stocks volatile stocks, you normally find them in triple digits above their 200-day average. That's just an observation, but in any case, so momentum for American Battery Metals is strongly bearish, as you pointed out. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation is giving way to near term selling pressure by traders. So yes, all in all, it's bearish all the way based on this based on the daily chart. So we can evidently see that it's trading at a discount to all of its short and intermediate trend lines. So we will easily call American Battery Metals a buy at the moment based on what it's going on technically, but also be aware that certain short sellers have been calling out American Battery Metals and pointing out that some of the things it disclosed have not carried out, have not done all the complete due diligence on them. They have not gone forward to prove some of the things they have pointed out they said they would do, and stuff like that. So you find out, you go ahead and dig out more concerning American Battery Metals. So Global Battery Metals closed the session of that session. That's the session of the 24th of March 2021 at $0.31. So moving down, it has a market cap of $18.1 million. At some point, it used to be compared to Global Battery Metals. So let's see, it's still there. Yeah, we're still going on. We'll see what's going to happen, and we can see what's going on down here. 46.349 million shares outstanding. No fresh news. And it seems the unbalanced volume indicator may be bearish. The MACD is below, the MACD histogram is below 0. So the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is also oversold and below 20. MACD is below the signal line because evidently the stock itself is trading at a discount or below its short and intermediate trend lines, especially its short-term trend lines. So moving down, we can see it appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares remain 72.5% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. It's also lagging the S&P 500. So just like the American Battery Metals, it's also roughly 70 in the 70s, 70, just roughly about the same figure above its their their various 200-day moving averages. So the momentum is definitely saying it's bearish, and it's below 20. It's oversold, and implies that investors are actively selling shares and driving the price lower. And the unbalanced volume indicator shows that near-term accumulation is giving way to near-term selling pressure. So definitely that slope is definitely negative. So, and just like American battery metals, it's also technically presenting a buying opportunity, trading below its short and intermediate trend lines. So in the intermediate term, it is definitely a buy. So, but also, as always, you have to also do your due diligence concerning these mining stocks. So SunHydrogen doesn't have that much. Doesn't have as much skepticism towards it like American battery metals. And so moving on, we can see also it has a market cap of $345.7 million as market cap, 3.321 billion shares outstanding. There isn't any fresh disclosure at the moment, no fresh news as such as well. And I think the unbalanced volume indicator has to be definitely negative. But also, I think the MACD histogram is probably slightly above zero or not. The unbalanced volume indicator is waning, not as strong as it was, but not oversold. MACD is slightly, probably just moving sideways. I think moving sideways based on this daily chart, indicating that maybe it has been consolidating as well. It appears to be consolidating, no doubt, within a longer term uptrend. The average directional index is below 20, the level indicating that shares have consolidated or traded sideways recently. However, its 200-day moving average is still sloping bullishly upwards. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So yeah, okay, technically as well, it's also trading at a discount to all of its short and intermediate trend lines. So technically, it's providing a buying opportunity. So if you're there already, in the coming days, we'll endeavor ourselves to increase our positions in these stocks and probably initiate one in global battery metals. So technically, they are all presenting buying opportunities. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.